Huge round of applause for all of you who called it and said that this was going to happen after watching many of my Galactic Starcruiser videos. That's why you're here. That's why half of you have subscribed to the channel. Well, here's a big one for you. According to Walt Disney World News today, they have announced that Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is cutting down to only 2 voyages per week this fall. That's right, starting in October. They're really trimming the fat, I guess, because they can't get anyone to go. Imagine my shock why they can't get anyone to go. I mean, we could go through all the reasons why. Number one, the big one, you're charging too much. You know, you think people got $6 just lying around? It's like, hey, honey, what do you want to do this weekend? I don't know. Let's go back to the Starcruiser again. Sure. Let's just open up the mattress and pull out some cash and we'll have fun and do the exact same thing we did last time we were there. It just doesn't work that way. This is terrible business. We've been calling it from day one. Number two, you're keeping it within the sequel trilogy characters. I mean, listen. People want to see Darth Vader. Look, you just released The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda in Galaxy's Edge. You broke the timeline. We've been screaming for you to do that. And it is being met with massive crowds. People, I'm sorry, don't want to see Rey. They don't want to see Kylo. They want to see real Star Wars at the hotel. Also, there's no return factor. It's like once you've done it, and it's like, okay, I did it. There's no need to go back. You've created something that has no appeal for people to go back. And I want to say this. I'm not saying that people are not having fun at your overpriced hotel. Heck, we can have fun at Taco Bell at 3 a.m. if we really want to. I'm just saying, but we're not spending $6,000. I'm sure people had a blast when they were there and they loved every moment of it. I saw the pictures, I saw that, but you made something that only like the top 1% of people in this country can afford to go. And you wonder why. No one's coming to our hotel. I wonder, I don't understand this. What's happening? Disney, you made a terrible business decision and now you're paying for it, cutting back to only 2 voyages per week. And I said, my prediction was that eventually they're going to have to change the theme. They're going to have to add new characters, but I believe they're going to offer a 4-hour day pass. That's still my prediction. It hasn't happened yet, but that's what I'm calling that's going to happen, and I can't wait to make that video. The changes come after a month of disappointing bookings. That's right. They canceled some people, as you saw in previous videos, because they couldn't get anyone on their ship. So they're like, hey, we'll give you 50% off if you move, you know, so you could be with this group, all right? Like, can you do that for us? Or we'll have to give you a full refund because basically it's just you. You know, no one else is there and we can't pay staff workers for 4 people. All right. So can you move, you know, and then that'll be good. Low occupancy cruises were being canceled and rumors indicated that Disney was opting not to renew many entertainment cast contracts. They began offering discounts to DVC club members and cast members recently. Before the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser opened, it went through waves of selling out followed by mass cancellations. Yeah. People were booking and then they released the teaser trailer, you know, the famous teaser trailer that for the first time in Star Wars history, in Disney history, they like blocked out the commercial. They released it and they're like, yeah, everyone's going to love it. And everyone was like, what the freak is this? And they're like, delete that commercial. Like, get it off don't stop. We don't want people watching it. Like, forget it, you know, get it out of here. Right. They did that and people started canceling. And this is really funny. Back in May of 2022, good old Bob Chapek boasted of continued high demand. Well, we know what he's going through at Disney. He was like, yeah, the Starcruiser's in high demand, everyone. People love it. Yeah, sure they did, buddy. While the reason for the failing demand isn't clear, I think we went over that. I think we know why. You got price, sequel trilogy characters, and there's no point in going back once you've done it once. I mean, some people probably have, but for the mass people, it's like, it's expensive to go do the same thing over and over again. I'm not going to do it. Disney has mentioned plans in the past to address what happened when the interest runs out. Well, you better address it soon, buddy, because the interest is gone. Discussions have been conducted regarding adding holidays. Look, they want to add Life Day, right? Nobody likes Life Day. A select few people think it's funny. It's like a giant Star Wars meme. When George Lucas saw that, he's like, we need to erase that from history. This was a one and done. I never want to see this again. You know, I hate it. Get rid of it. And yet Disney wants to make it a fun thing. They're like, let's do Life Day. The worst part of the, you know, George Lucas Star Wars. Let's do Life Day. Everyone will love it. No, think of something else, man. Do something else. Changing the plot will help, but then you're constantly rewriting the script. Or even adjusting the timeline. For me, that's the big one. If you want to salvage anything here, adjusting the timeline. People want to see Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Anakin, Padme, you know, add some original trilogy, add some, you know, prequels. I suggest, why don't you pick a different month to do a different era and see which one sells out the most? You know, do the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker, Leia, Han, Vader. You know, you could throw Boba Fett in there. He's in there. Chewbacca, all that. Then do a sequel trilogy and then do a prequel. And then, you know, look at your data and go, more people wanted to go do this than do that. But I still think they're going to do a 4-hour time, you know, where it's like you could go to the theme park and be like, hey, would you like to go to the Starcruiser for like dinner? You know, dinner and a show, and like do one of the little excursions for like 4 hours. It's like, here, pay this money and we'll take you there. I believe that's coming. It's my prediction, and we'll see what happens. It says the events of the Starcruiser have been cited as to why Galaxy's Edge at Disney Hollywood Studios here in Orlando will remain in a strict timeline, which is the dumbest thing ever. How do you have a theme park, a Star Wars land, and say, well, we're only going to have people in here between, you know, The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, it'll be fun. We'll do that. That's the stupidest thing ever. No other theme park or whatever does that stuff. If you go to Marvel Land, you see all the Marvel characters, right? You go to Avatar, it's Pandora. Here you gave us Batu, something that we never heard of before, and you're not bringing in Vader. You're not even bringing in Mandu or Grogu. Just this week, they finally said, let's throw in Mandalorian and Baby Yoda in the Galaxy's Edge here in Orlando, and people went nuts. There's a video on Park Hoppin' where it is just overpacked for people to meet Mando. Oh man, I think you're on the Titanic and this thing is sinking fast. There's just no excitement for Star Wars. There's just no excitement for anything. It's going down, man. It's going down. Now I will say there's a select few of you out there. A select few of you, but let's be honest. If you had $6,000, would you want to go to a sequel trilogy 2-day adventure, you know, at a hotel? Or would you like to go do something else? You know, like there's so much more that you can do with that amount of money. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay. We will catch you next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, why not subscribe? And do me a favor and check out my very first Indiegogo campaign. This is a 200-page graphic novel called Achromatic Chronicles Blue. It's suitable for all ages, and you're going to love it. There are multiple tiers where you could get this graphic novel. We're almost done with the campaign, so grab it before it's gone. It will be in the pinned comment and in the top of the description.